this session, we will finalize the last part on learning the types and levels of knowledge. The third level of Bloom's taxonomy cares about application. It's the time to use the learned facts and abstractions in new contexts and particular situations. Let us take an example. Students might be asked to discuss phenomena described in one scientific paper, but using terms and concepts of another paper. The process of cognition corresponding to this stage are execution and implementation. First, executing. And executing means applying a procedure to a familiar task. And second is the implementation, which is about applying a procedure to an unfamiliar task. The fourth level of Bloom's taxonomy is about analyzing, and at this level, students are supposed to break down a concept or examine their relationships. For instance, they might be asked to recognize the gene that is responsible for a certain disease. The three processes associated with this stage are differentiating, organizing, and attributing. And we will start with differentiating level. Differentiating means distinguishing important from unimportant parts of presented material, like distinguishing between relevant and irrelevant numbers in a mathematical word problem. While organizing involves in identifying how elements fit or function within a structure, like finding the hypothesis, methods, data, or conclusion in a research report. And finally, attributing, which means determining a point of view, bias, values, or intent underlying presented material. An example would be to identify the author's point of view of an essay. The fifth level of Bloom's taxonomy is to evaluate, and at this stage, learners are expected to use their knowledge and skills to appraise a situation, justify their opinions, or criticize other opinions. They should be able to point out or compare a work to the highest standards in its field. Evaluating is divided into checking and criticism. Checking means detecting inconsistencies in a process or product, while critiquing involves finding inconsistencies between a product and external criteria. For instance, it's judging which of two methods is the best for solving a problem. Create is the sixth and last level of the Bloom's taxonomy. And this is the most complex stage of the learning process and the top of the revised Bloom's taxonomy. And at this level, learners combine known patterns, ideas, and facts to create their original work or formulate their solution to a problem. They might be asked to compose a song, rewrite a story in another setting, or formulate a hypothesis and propose a way of testing it. The three associated cognitive processes with the creation level are generating, planning, and producing. And let us start with generating level. Generating involves coming up with alternative hypotheses based on criteria. An example might be devising multiple solutions for a social problem, while planning is about coming up with a procedure for completing a task, like preparing an outline of an article. And producing means inventing a product, like writing a short story that takes place during the American Revolution, for example.